Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So the last update about the latest upcoming episode of Unfortunate Love was how Rishi and Lakshmi finally find an uncompleted building to live in because Rishi couldn't get the house to buy. Then that was Rishi and Lakshmi's life after they left the house. So let's continue from there. After Rishi and Lakshmi left the house, Ayush get up from the bed saying that whatever happened is wrong and says the house is not looking like house without Rishi and Lakshmi there, and he thinks that where did they go and what condition are they currently in. Ayush thinks to call and ask Shalu if they went to Rano's house. Shalu tells Bani that her sister did not tell her where she is with Rishi and she only said that they have gotten a house without telling them which house. Bani says Lakshmi refused to give us her house address because we will go there. Rishi thanks the Panipuri lady for giving them the uncompleted building to stay in and says it feels like heaven. The Panipuri lady tells Rishi and Lakshmi that the uncompleted building is a relative's house and says they were about to do the renovation, but then they have to go to the village and they stayed at the village. So I bought this house, but I couldn't repair and complete the building because I did not have enough money. Rishi says to the lady that this house is the best for now and Lakshmi also likes it. Lakshmi says yes, she likes it and says even though it is an uncompleted building, but they will make it a home. Rishi says yes, Lakshmi and I will make the uncompleted building a home together and we would have Panipuri whenever we are hungry. The lady smiles and she leaves. Ayush calls Shalu. Shalu scolded him for not calling her earlier. Ayush asks if Rishi and Lakshmi are there. Shalu says they are not here and says Ayush should have gotten a house for them so that they know where they are. She tells him that her sister had called and said that she would tell her their address tomorrow, and Ayush is relieved that Lakshmi will call tomorrow. Rishi tells Lakshmi that she is really Lakshmi and they got the house due to her knowing the Panipuri lady and says Chandar is useless and he couldn't get us a flat. Rishi says this house is good without AC, without chairs and other things and says it has free air and there is no door too, so there is no worries to open and close the door and they can freely go out and come in without worrying about the door. Shalu asks Ayush that how is Neelam auntie? Ayush says Neelam auntie is sad. He says at least Rishi and Lakshmi got the house and we will go to meet them tomorrow. And he asks Shalu to call him whenever it is needed and he thanks her for supporting him. Shalu says same to you and Ayush ends the call. Bani asks if Ayush said I love you to Shalu, but Shalu says she is still upset that she doesn't know her sister's house address, and Bani says very soon Rishi and Lakshmi will unite with the family again. Rishi says to Lakshmi that their new house is good and it doesn't matter if it is an uncompleted building. Lakshmi says you told father that we are at one of the family's bungalow but they are in an uncompleted building. Rishi says it doesn't matter where I am because what matters to me is you. Wherever you are, there is heaven for me there, and they look at each other and smiles. Neelam recalls Rishi's words that his life is Lakshmi and he would die every day if Lakshmi is not with him. Virendra tells Neelam that Rishi and Lakshmi got a place to stay and they are staying there. Neelam gets up to go. Virendra asks, where are you going to? Neelam says you have lost this right to ask me anything the moment you supported a stranger girl and your son, and Virendra looks on. Rishi and Lakshmi clean the floor of the uncompleted building and Rishi started sneezing as he sweeps the floor. Lakshmi says bless you. Rishi says my life is blessed since when you came into my life. Lakshmi takes the broom from his hand and asks him to sit. Rishi ties Lakshmi's hair while a song plays in the background and says now you will not have any problem to clean. Rishi thinks that Lakshmi is too good and she cares for me so much and she loves me too, but she says that she doesn't love me, which is not true, and he thinks that I don't know when Lakshmi would also realize that she loves me. Just then, Rishi sees some pipes kept in the building about to fall on Lakshmi as she is sweeping, and Rishi stood up in time and saves Lakshmi by hugging her. Rishi asks Lakshmi if she is fine. Lakshmi says you saved me, and Rishi says always. Lakshmi says I meant to say that you have already saved me, so you can leave me now, and Rishi smiles, while Lakshmi also smiles. Abe asks so now if Malishka is calm now. So now says yes, Malishka is calm. Kiran says I don't believe till now that Malishka couldn't become Neelam's daughter-in-law. Neelam comes to Kiran and Abe and says I never learned to lose and that is why I am Neelam Oberoi. She says Malishka is my daughter-in-law and she will be my daughter-in-law in the future too. at the uncompleted building. Lakshmi asks Rishi to keep the construction things outside. Rishi says, I am Rishi Oberoi and I will not do this work. And Lakshmi says, okay, I will do it. Lakshmi is about to start taking the construction items out of the building, but Rishi stops her and says that he was joking and he will do the work, and Rishi goes to keep the things outside while Lakshmi cleans the inside. And Lakshmi thinks that the place is clean now, but where will she make Rishi sleep? Because there is no bed or couch in the building, and Rishi cannot sleep on the floor because he has always slept on the bed all his life, and Lakshmi wondered what to do. Neelam apologized to Abe and Kiran for everything that happened. Abe says if Malishka becomes your daughter-in-law, then you don't need to apologize. Kiran says Malishka cannot live without Rishi. Neelam says I couldn't accept Malishka and my dream, but now it has become my duty because Malishka is relying on me for her dream to be fulfilled, and that dream will be fulfilled at any cost. Neelam asks that where is Malishka and says I will take Malishka with me right now. Kiran asks what are you saying? Neelam says my daughter-in-law would do Agra Peresh today and she would enter my house as my daughter-in-law. Neelam says Rishi and Lakshmi can hide anywhere they like, but I will never let them get married because Rishi will marry Malishka only. Kiran thanks Neelam for saving Malishka, and Neelam says Malishka is also my daughter too. Rishi says to Lakshmi that the sky is so big. Lakshmi says yes, but she is afraid. Rishi asks that why should we be afraid when Rishi Oberoi is with you? He asks if Lakshmi is afraid of thieves or ghosts. Lakshmi says when you are with me, I am not afraid of thieves or ghosts, and says she is afraid of mosquitoes because they come near someone's ear and buzz, and then they bite the person and drink their blood. Lakshmi says to Rishi that my blood is sweet, so the mosquito will drink more. Rishi asks what are you saying that blood is sweet? He asks if blood have flavors. He asks that where did Lakshmi hear it from? Lakshmi says from my village. Rishi says I knew it, and he asks that when will Lakshmi become a Mumbai girl? Rishi says to Lakshmi that even your boyfriend, referring to himself, is from Mumbai. Lakshmi looks at Rishi while a song plays in the background. Lakshmi says even the mosquitoes are from Mumbai and says she will go and bring something. Lakshmi leaves and Rishi shouted, Lakshmi, please don't leave me. And Rishi smiles and he folds his hand and he prays to God to never separate him from Lakshmi. Malishka looks at Rishi and her photo and says, why did you have to do this with me, Rishi? And she cried. Neelam comes there and asks Malishka not to cry. Malishka asks Neelam and promises her not to cry and become strong. Neelam says, I am with you. So much has happened with you. Then also I am with you. She asks her not to get weak and says if we get tears, then our enemies will win. Neelam asks Malishka if she wants their enemies to win, and Malishka nods no and says I will not cry. Neelam says you will stay with me in the Oberoi mansion as my daughter-in-law, and from today onward, you should call me Mom. Malishka gets happy and says Mom, and Neelam asks Malishka to come, and Neelam holds Malishka's hand and takes her out of the room. Rishi thanked God for giving him the courage to speak up the truth and for showing him the right way, else he would have married Malishka by now and he would have lost Lakshmi. He says he just wants Lakshmi to say I love you, Rishi, and then he will be the happiest man on earth. Lakshmi brings a jute cloth, that is sack, and tells Rishi that they should keep the sack on the window so that the mosquitoes don't come inside because the window space doesn't have any window fish to eat. Rishi says to Lakshmi that the sack has many holes in it and mosquitoes will still pass through it. Lakshmi asks Rishi to just tie the sack on the window and says the mosquito might not see space to enter. Rishi climbs on something to tie the sack as curtain to the window. Rishi asks Lakshmi to come and hug him while he is up, and Lakshmi asks that what does it mean? Rishi says he wants a rope to tie the sack and says you don't understand me well. Lakshmi says why don't you say it straight? Rishi says I asked you to say I love you to me, but he did not say it, and Lakshmi looks on. Okay guys, so this is yesterday's episode on ZTV, and today's episode will be dropping tonight, and by tomorrow I will bring you guys the update. So Rishi and Lakshmi, their current state is what you just read now, or what you just listened to now. They are already living in the uncompleted building and they are happy. Rishi is very, very happy because Lakshmi is with him. So guys, I don't know what to do about the longer version of this update, about this series. You know, the update I used to put numbers, Z World has already gone far and I don't know what to do. Where should I start from? And I don't want to jump because I've been giving the update step by step and I don't want to jump. And some people don't want me to jump as well. So what do you guys want me to do? Because some people are not watching on Z World, so they don't want me to jump. They want to see the step by step. What should I do, guys? Bye, guys.